Now, a group of 4 young British computer hackers brought chaos to firms and public institutions, costing workers jobs and even threatening lives, a court has heard today. The quartet, who called themselves LulzSec, hacked organisations like the CIA and the FBI in America and the NHS and the Serious Organised Crime Agency in Britain. Police described them as the worst sort of vandals, but today their activities were brought to an end. As Asha Tanner now reports from Southwark Crown Court.
They considered themselves modern-day pirates. They carried out sophisticated cyber attacks over a 7-month period. But the first time they met face-to-face was in the dock. And today they were collectively sentenced at Southwark Crown Court. Mustafa al-Bassam, the youngest of the hackers, was given a 20-month suspended sentence for 2 years, plus 300 hours of community work. He told us he was relieved at being spared jail.
And what about the crimes against hacking into large organisations? Do you feel any remorse?
Of course I do.
He and the others formed the hacktivist group LulzSec, meaning laughing at inadequate security.
They were the worst sort of vandal, acting without care of cost or harm to those they affected. Whether this was to cause a company to fold and so costing people their jobs, or to put at threat the thousands of innocent internet users whose logins and passwords they made public.
Ex-soldier Ryan Ackroyd was known as the router, responsible for deciding the best route of attack. Jake Davis was the group's publicist, in charge of media relations and their Twitter account. Mustafa al-Bassam covered reconnaissance, assessing companies' vulnerability, and he also managed their website. And Ryan Cleary, the outsider. Although not a core member, he was responsible for hijacking hundreds of thousands of computers for the group's use. One journalist built a strong contact with Davis during the months they were active.
They found each other online. They found that their talents kind of came together quite well, and they gelled together quite well as a group. They liked each other. A lot of the discussion that was taking place in these chat rooms, by and large, was just banter. These guys just enjoyed talking to one another. And between all that, they would have ideas for targets to go after.
But it wasn't just banter. They emerged as a splinter group from the hacking collective Anonymous. They targeted the CIA, Sony, the Sun newspaper and the NHS, all for international notoriety and their own amusement.
This is where it all began, here at the Financial Times. A senior researcher for the American security firm HB Gary Federal boasted to the newspaper that he could reveal the identities of the hackers. What he didn't expect was all-out cyber war and a personal vendetta.
Aaron Barr's comments were published, and this led to his and his firm's catastrophic downfall in February 2011.
He was CEO of a company which they were just about to finish off a multi-million-pound deal, which ended up sort of disappearing. He ended up losing his job. There were death threats to him and his family. They had to move house. So the impact for him was very serious.
The group led secluded lives. From the safety of their bedrooms, they felt detached from the consequences of their actions. LulzSec attracted over 350,000 followers on Twitter, and in a bid to secure more fans, they asked followers to nominate sites to attack.
Security has been a bolt-on at the end. We're starting to try and catch up now, and the government is doing quite a lot, with the different initiatives that they're running at the moment, but we're still playing catch-up.
All 4 pleaded guilty today. Their crimes under the Computer Misuse Act attracted sentences between 20 months and 32 months. It's hoped this case will serve as a warning to other cybercriminals that they're not invincible.